And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it. On the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show.
Yeah.
And this is how we do it. Yes, welcome everybody to the Donna Smith Grown Folk Talk Table Talk. How y'all doing out there? We are here. We are on time. We are here to bring you the Grown Folk Table Talk. And I want to welcome everybody that's here so far, and also share and subscribe. Okay. Tell a friend that we do what we do every Sunday here live on YouTube and live via Zoom. And we bring you some interesting talk. Cordell, hi, I see you just tried to chime in. How you doing, Mr. Bradley? I want to welcome the panel today so far. Gara, Cordell, Ben, thank you guys for being here today, and everyone who has joined us watching our show. I also would like to remind you that what we talk about is not meant to offend anyone. Our topics, our feedback, our conversations, we just do grown folk table talk in a live 100 kind of way. So we're not trying to be confrontational or anything like that. We may have differences of opinion. If a topic is not for you, we understand. Just kind of, fall back. But I'm pretty sure something along the way is going to be of interest to you to want to like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Thank you. So let's get started by doing our toast to the hostess with the mostest. I know you guys got some glass to put up here, and let's click, click, clank with. No?
There's a glass.
Cordell, you know you're wrong, right?
We sitting there waiting on you. What you got?
Cranberry juice. Water, cranberry. Cordell got some. Click, click, clank, clank. Toast.
Clank, clank. Yeah. Go to the boogie.
Yes. I got some cranberry juice going on in there right about now.
Happy belated what's it called? Earth Day.
Oh, today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day.
Yesterday was.
Oh, yesterday was. Excuse me. See?
Yeah, belated.
I didn't forget all about the Earth, huh?
Yeah.
Well, happy Earth. Did you guys got a whiff of 420 too, didn't you?
You know, I found out something about 420 that I didn't know.
What?
You know whose birthday 420 is? My son told me this.
Whose is it?
One of the most diabolical people in history. Adolf Hitler. Hitler, yeah.
420 is Hitler's birthday?
Is Hitler's birthday. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I'll be John Brown, as my grandfather used to say.
Wow.
Wow. And John Brown was an abolitionist. Hey, so everybody's getting high and smoking that ganja celebration on Hitler's birthday.
Yeah, he gets celebrated with. Even in the grave, he's getting love shown to him.
Wow.
And they don't even know it.
Well, that's something to look into. Thank you for sharing that history.
I didn't even know that. My son told me his school classmates were talking about it. I said, what?
Oh, his teacher must have celebrated that on that day.
No, she told him what it was. Because they were talking about what was 420, and when they Googled it, that's the first thing that came up. And they said, what?
Wow. Well, I mean, I don't know. I know they used to have a big celebration going to San Francisco, and doing all this stuff. I don't know if they did that this year or if they still do it. Because I know during the pandemic they had chopped it down. So I don't know if it happened this year or not. Anybody know? Any ganja smokers out there?
Let me tell you.
No? Can't tell me? Cordell, you can't tell me?
Don't know.
Don't know?
No.
Okay, I don't know either. So
You know,
I just know.
we're just what they would call replacements. We don't live in this city no more.
Mm.
You know,
We just-
when we live there is a different story.
You can live
Since we-
anywhere nowadays. Just grab you a tent.
That's true, but you know,
Damn.
hippie you used to be the thing back in the day. So
Yeah.
Shoot. I see the lady, she done took residence on. I'm driving and for the last 5 days, I done seen her on this corner on her blanket. I said, damn. People just move in wherever now. They ain't even tripping.
Oh yeah, you got a good spot. You get there early and it's yours.
there's rights.
I mean, prayers to those who have to do that. That's
Yeah, it's rough.
that have to be a really rough, hard way to go. Do you guys have anything to share regarding your week? I'd like to say congratulations to those Warriors, boy. That game was on point to
Barely pulled
die.
it out, huh?
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, there's
Well,
strength in
congrats.
numbers. That's right, Gareth. And I mean, it was a nail-biting, seat-clenching win. Both teams kind of, it was a struggle, boy. It was a
Wonder
struggle.
what the spread was.
Huh?
Does anybody know what the score spread was for gamblers? Because somebody could easily say the game was thrown. Things that Steph did could have thrown the game.
Really?
What
Think
you
about
mean things he did? He only did one thing.
No,
Called
he did.
timeout because he didn't know they had time.
No. If you look at the game with 12 seconds left, he went to the hole and he should have backed out. He should have let the clock run all the way down. He didn't.
Well, it ran down to 5 seconds, so he knew. He figured if he going to the basket and they fouled, which he should have got the foul. He should have got the foul. That was a foul when he went to the basket. And they had been knocking the hell out of him the whole game. They weren't calling nothing. So, and he's kind of said something about that at the end of the game. Like, you know, a lot of these fouls that was fouled wasn't being called foul. They was getting better called fouls against the dudes in the Kings than he was.
So what do you mean? So when you say he threw the game or that
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that people could probably see it as a point shaving if it came down to that.
Shaving.
If
Why
it came
is every
down
time we watch a game, everybody thinks somebody trying to give something away?
Well, sometimes
you corrupt society. Damn.
I mean, Cordell has a point.
In.
I mean, Cordell has a point.
You think he wanted to be that close and almost lose that game? I don't think so.
I'll put it this way.
I think Stephen Curry, he has spent the whole season trying to get to this point.
You don't know what could be going on in a man's mind. You don't know what somebody could have said to him. You don't know. So I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
Every basketball player wants to win. That's why they play basketball.
I'm never going to put that out there in the air that he was cheating. Because that's basically what you call him a cheater.
I'm not saying that. If we get down to
if you saying point shaving and you saying Stephen Curry, it has to be you saying he was shaving.
What I'm saying, you saying the refs was calling those fouls. So who's saying what? We just all throwing the theories out there. If the refs would have called all the fouls that they saw, the game would have been different. When it came down to the 2 shots, 3 shots, because he would have got the fouls he got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just talking.
So you saying the referee was shaving a little bit? You put him on the ref.
I'm saying what you're saying. I'm saying you said the refs didn't call all those fouls early. All I'm saying is we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
We're just talking. We ain't
But
playing.
You say it's point shaving. It could be. I mean, the referee did get caught doing that before. Because I thought, in my opinion, watching the game, the referees were actually trying to make sure the Warriors lost. It was just a blessing that they won. Cause it was a whole lot of calls. You was like, what is that?
That's what I'm saying. We just talking, Ben. We
But
just
they
talk.
won. That's all. About
Yeah,
a
we
10,
just
10,
talking. It
10.
was, and it's interesting to get different points of opinion and
That's true.
feedback because it was really an interesting game. And at one point, it looked like the other team was just throwing the ball. I mean, just throwing it, just messing up, just to do. I mean, like they was tired that going into that last quarter. But yeah, and then I'm just glad we won. And so hopefully going to this next game, we got to keep the momentum. This one was kind of shaving it real close. Real close. So they play in Sacramento next time.
Yeah, and they
that'll
should be
be
playing
Wednesday,
Tuesday
right?
night. Tuesday.
Oh,
These last three games is one day apart.
oh, so they Tuesday now. Okay. So
Tuesday, Thursday, and possibly Saturday.
wow. That's gonna be something. Well, I'll be looking forward to Tuesday's game. We down to the meat. We down to the meat. Anything else to share, you guys? I shared the game. We went into that. Anybody else have anything interesting that happened with your week that you'd like to put on the table?
Lot of meetings, a lot of information. The meeting that I went to with Treva Reed, talking about the Proposition U and the money that they got to start building housing and stuff with. It's just kind of weird. It's, I've heard people talk about when the city gets involved in building stuff, that is kind of unusual. But for them to do per unit basically $800,000, that's past unusual. That makes no sense at all. Building a brand new house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, may cost you $600,000. But you're telling me every bedroom that's built, every unit that's built onto an apartment building is $800,000 per? That's just I don't understand that. I'm trying to wrap my head around some of these things. So it's a lot of things I run into and get information about, and it's just kind of shaky. But I went to the SBA, had a big event in Richmond for business owners. And they're coming out with a new program, which is going to be like almost like the VA program. So they're going to have a program that allows the business owners to get a loan, and 80% of the loan value will be guaranteed by the SBA. So it's the new program that's coming out. I got the links and stuff, but I didn't bring them out. But that's going to be a big deal for business owners. Plus, they got a lot of new funding and stuff that they're doing. A lot of the people that was there, that was with the state and SBA and all that stuff, were Black men, which was surprising. The guy that started this, it kind of got kicked off in 2020 with the George Floyd situation. So a lot of the main players that's in Northern California doing what they're doing are going to be doing it, making sure minority business owners get it. And this place called the Co-Biz, what is it called? Co-storage or co-business whatever it's called. Co-business space, that's what it's called. And Richmond is kind of at the middle of this. They're going to be having meetings there every Wednesday, helping people get some stuff. So it's a lot of stuff if you're trying to get your small business on, which you should be in light of what we got going on with our government, and our money about to change game.
You're talking Contra Costa County, right?
No, I'm talking about Northern California as a whole. But we're talking about that location is where I went to, it's in Richmond off of McDonald, but they have the connection on a lot of stuff. And so it will behoove the people that, especially if they listen to this or they're in our area or in this area, to find out about the new SBA program that's going to give you guaranteed loan up to 80% guaranteed. What that means is if a bank is loaning you money, they only have to be really concerned about 20% of it. They don't need to be concerned about the other 80, because if you default on that loan, they're going to get their money back. So that means they're going to be more relaxed with what they're loaning you. So yeah, that's
Sounds
something that's
good.
coming.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of information. I want to welcome some of our new panel members that's just chiming in. JJ, John Timothy Mims, and Sharon. Nice
what's
to
up?
see you, girl.
Oh, wow. What's up, people? It's a party.
It's a party over here. It's a party over here.
Hey,
We all in the house, shaking it up, getting
What's up?
started, and pow, here y'all come. Popping in. Was y'all in a meeting outside of this? Because everybody came in at the same time. Pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, we were all together.
Oh, it was 8 o'clock
Yeah.
y'all's time. Y'all just say, oh, I'm gonna pop in at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna pop out
What's
at
up?
8. Okay.
No, I had
Thank
to
you
go get
guys
me
for
a
coming
beer.
in. What's that? Oh yeah,
This-
toast your toasters. We already toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
y'all
had to
can
go get
Hey,
me a
toast.
back
JJ,
beer.
you didn't get that information, man. I was telling them who's 420, whose birthday is on 420. My son told me it's Adolf Hitler's birthday.
Oh wow, okay. Interesting random fact.
So when we celebrate 420, we basically celebrating his birthday. I did not know that.
Not I, said the cat.
Not I, said the cat.
Okay.
So when y'all be puff passing on 420, think about that. I'm glad Ben shared that. I didn't know that. That was a really interesting fact. Before moving on, you guys who just came in, you have anything to share about your week? Anything interesting? Anything that you like to put on the table here?
No, I just like going back and looking at the old episodes of the Donna Smith show. I did that this weekend. It's quite funny to sit back. Yeah, it's quite funny to sit back and laugh at all the old episodes.
Oh, well, I'm so glad it is. It can be quite entertaining. Huh?
It's quite entertaining.
Yes, it is.
I know. Sometimes when I watch, I go back, even after we do the show and I watch, I'm got it on and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my God. We did that. We did that.
Right.
And the thing about going live is, one thing when I first started doing this live thing, I was really hesitant about it because you're in the moment. You know what I'm saying? You are in the moment. Now I'm used to doing stuff and you can edit, you can take stuff out, you can cut this, you can pause that, you can do, but when you are in the moment live, so that's why I say unscripted, be you. Let's just bring it to the table in a real grown folk kind of way. And if you don't agree, you don't agree. We did touch bases on the game. The Warriors did that. Yes, they did. And Ben had his little say. Cordell threw some stuff in there, and we're all happy that they won. That's all I want to say. Congratulations, Warriors. Let's keep on doing it. We going all the way with this, for real, And it was shared with me. Did you guys hear about the language arts teacher at Sequoia Middle School in Fontana, California? She had her class of students reading a Mark Twain novel. And the teacher kept saying the N-word and also pretty much trying to force the students to say it as well, and said that word is in the dictionary. It's not a bad word. Anyone can say it. Anyone can use it. And it was another student that was recording and filming this whole, she blasted the N-word all through there and was making classroom students say this word too, just so they can get comfortable in saying it. And I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you think she should be reprimanded?
What age group was that?
This was just shared to me today. I'm not sure. It was a middle school, so I'm
Okay.
thinking they were, you know
6th
what?
to 8th grade. That's 6th to 8th grade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 6th to 8th grade, 12 to 13, 14 or something like that. So
You
quite
want to know my
interesting.
opinion on a
They
lot of this
don't know
stuff?
yet what's going to be done to the teacher after this recording and everything was brought forth. If the teacher is going to be, you know, put on leave, suspended.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my opinion with it. You know, my
She gonna
opinion on
get
this, Donna, is that
she
it is my opinion on this stuff is they're getting real crazy around the country.
Yep.
They're getting to the point where the politicians, if they can't get the books out of the libraries, they're shutting the libraries down as a whole. So what she's doing, and you know, in the scheme of all the stuff that's happening, people are doing all these unusual things because they're being allowed to. Because the people that are governing them, they moved a lot of the politics from the federal level down to the local level. So a lot of people are taking shots to try to see how far they can go. And this was just a shot she took. She liked it. She probably listened to NWA back in the day and was like, I'm gonna put this in the classroom and see what happens.
Well, they said she had these smirks on her face as she was saying
right.
the N word. She
That's
had,
right.
you know, this was a thing for her.
Yeah.
And she wanted them to be comfortable making it a thing for them. So what was the thinking behind that? What do you think, you know, what was her motive?
I don't know what her motive might be, but I do know that there's legislation being passed all over the country, like Ben said, to get rid of history in regards to slavery, and that type of talk and all of that. They're trying to bring that forth. For example, Ron DeSantis just signed a bill last year, and it was about, it's called the anti-woke bill. And I don't know if anyone has heard of the anti-woke bill, but it's about basically trying to protect white guilt, if that like like make
The
like
anti, say that
Yeah,
again.
that's it.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke.
bill. So basically, you can't teach anything in the classrooms or the workplace about anything about the history about discrimination and racism and slavery, all of that. You can't teach that in the workplace or in the classrooms, according to this bill. And the goal is to get rid of all types of talk about racism. And you could get penalized for making someone feel guilty about something.
Yes.
So in regards to
In other
racism,
words, they don't want us to talk about slavery. They don't want us to teach
they don't want to talk
children.
about none of that. So that's what's going on right now, is the reversal of history. And I'm just like, okay, so y'all gonna get rid of Black History Month on top of that as well? Is that what we're doing here? Because that's a part of our history. That's, you know, that's it's something, it needs to be talked about. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we're supposed to progress, and they're snatching that away. And I just find that interesting. Like, states like Florida and Montana are doing things like this, where it seems like it's okay, that the banning of the books. And it's like, it's bad enough already that a lot of people aren't reading in general. Like, I think, I don't quote me on this, but I believe the average American has a 5th grade reading level. And that's really sad. People need to pick up a book, a newspaper, something. Do your research. I find a lot of people, you know, asking in the comment section, where do I find this? Where do I find that? We got Google. It's a tool, go use it. Because eventually they'll take away search engines too. If they're taking away libraries, you know, they'll take away the search engine. So, you know.
Yeah, you better utilize it as much as you can.
You know?
And some people are learning how to converse in a written way through a lot of these social network sites too. Because I remember some of the people that even follow me, I remember in the beginning, I'm like, what are they saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're there.
Is there a spell check? You know what I'm saying? But now I kind of see them and they like, whoa, they really developed, you know. So you seeing people, because a lot of it is, I mean, hey, you got spell check tools to use, but you have to know how to sentence structure. You have to know how to put a topic out there or ask a question in a way that people can understand what you're saying.
Right.
Because sometimes it be kind of scary.
Well, if you take away the books, you take away the power. You take away, you know, knowledge is power. So you're taking away people's tools to have power over themselves. And that's the primary goal. I see within the next 20 years, a lot of ignorant people walking around here.
Yeah, you gotta educate yourself. You gotta read. You gotta use your tools. And I'm hoping that this teacher get reprimanded in some kind of way, because that's just out of pocket in Fontana, California, wherever that's at. It's just I just thought that was just crazy. And then there's a in California, there was a wrongful conviction. Did you guys hear about the 2 Black men in California that will be awarded $900,000 each after wrongful convictions?
Wow.
By the name of Dupree Glass and Juan Rayford. They will receive $140 for every day of the 17 years that they spent behind bars due to wrongful conviction. There is a new law that requires the state to pay $140 for every day spent behind bars when you are wrongfully convicted.
Wow, 17 years.
So these 2 fellas, one was 17, one was 18. And they was falsely charged in those young years. I think it was something that had to do with
this is my question,
robbery or something. But and then the actual gunman that killed the individual is now serving a life sentence for something else, but as in an unrelated case, but did speak up about it. So
this is my question to you. Why is us as taxpayers have to pay all that money? Why can't we start taking that out of?
That's a good question, and that's a lot.
Why can't we start taking that out of the policemen and the DAs and all that, their retirement funds? Because they did, a lot of these people have done these things on purpose. They knew who when they was trying to bring up a trial. They knew these people were not guilty, but they just brung it to trial because they knew nine times out of 10 they could get a conviction on people just by the color of their skin and where they live. So why can't these people start being responsible and started taking it out of their pensions, taking it out their money?
Right.
Well, the one thing I thought about, I mean, I'm glad that they're going to be, you know, given something for that pain and suffering and so forth and wrongful. But our tax dollars and everything else has to $140 for every, it's a new law. It's a new law for every dang on day of the years that you were in.
Donna, but how much do you think they pay for every day they have prisoners in the prison system? They pay over $100 and some $1,000 per prisoner.
Yeah.
So
I just heard that they get ready to do they perform sex changes in the prison for people who are mentally ill when they want to get their gender changed.
Oh wow.
So who's paying for that? We are.
If they're so if they're mentally ill, they're not mentally stable, and they're making this decision, and they can go on and get this done in
Yes.
behind the prison walls?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And
Boy, I would not want to have a sex change behind the prison walls. Well, I bet that's gonna be some beat up looking women and men, boy. Woo! Lord Jesus.
You really went there.
Oh man, the
wow.
prison system gonna give you a sex change? Oh my God.
Well, I'm
On a
assuming
discount.
it's men or women, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
I just don't think how you can give, well, I guess everyone has rights, even if you are mentally ill, but they're not totally together. So why would it be okay to, because they may decide 3 months later that they didn't even want to do that.
And then all that money is
and
spent.
sue the government for it.
They could say that some
it.
medication they was on had them thinking one way and they really didn't mean to think that way.
You got it.
It could be a whole bunch of stuff that could, really turn in a bad way with that when it's a mental situation going on. That's just my opinion.
They have people that are doing the sex change thing that have said they are females and end up getting into the prison system as a female and then raping the females in the prison system.
It was one that impregnated about 5 or 6 women. He still had a penis, but went into the prison as a woman, but still had a penis and was in there having sex with the women, and a whole bunch of them got pregnant.
Wow.
So they
took you, man.
Where they do that at? I mean, what happened?
Oh my God. I'm telling you.
I mean, but the thing
I get the stories.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's an interesting
the fact that we went from wrongful convictions to this, because ooh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something more in the line of the wrongful convictions, that they're actually getting ready to put a stop to you being able to go back in time and do research and overturn the convictions, basically. So basically eventually there'll come a time where people won't be able to, they'll just have to do their time, whether they're wrongfully convicted or not. I think Texas is doing that. I got to do a little bit more research on that, but I think that's what's going on right now.
Well, if this law has passed and paying out this kind of money, these two guys are getting $900,000 each. They both are Walmart drivers. They drive Walmart trucks, drivers, deliveries, and they both have a daughter. And I think it said that they were released in 2020. So they've been out 3 years now, and they were just awarded this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. They tired of kicking out their money.
I just saw this program on 2020 last night where, well, not a program, but this guy in the same room of what we're talking about, he was wrongfully convicted of a crime of killing someone when he was 17 years old. The prosecutor, he said that the detective said that he believes that this man did this crime, but there were other factors that said that he didn't. Now, he had a sister, I didn't watch the whole thing. I came in on the end, so I could be missing a lot out of the story. But what I caught was they were interviewing his sister, and at the time, the detective told his sister, if you don't tell the police, tell us that your brother did this crime, we're going to take your children away from you. So she had to lie and say that she saw her brother commit this crime, and that's what convicted him. So flash 30 years later, 33 to be exact, 33 years later, with this, they 2020 have been following him for the past, I think, 4 years. He his new lawyer found some paperwork that belonged to the detective, and the detective said in his paperwork that he never turned in, mind you, he never turned it in, that he didn't think that the guy did it. He thought he was innocent. So they turned that paperwork in. He was released from prison for 2 years. The 2 years that he was out of prison, he went to church every Sunday. He got him a job. He never missed a day at work. He never missed a Sunday from church. He got engaged. Now, last Monday on April 17th, they turned his conviction around and sent him back to prison.
Why?
Wow.
Because they said that the evidence that they found wasn't substantial enough to keep him out.
Wow.
And he had to go back to prison. His family had a fit. They just broke down. And this just happened. And I'm like, this is so sad. This
Did
man
they
is
say how many
50.
more years he has to complete, or did he have a life sentence?
He had a life sentence.
That's just
And they
wrong.
said the only thing that can free him is clemency and or something else. Can't remember what it was. But that was
Unbelievable.
so sad to me. And this man spent 33 years behind bars for a crime that he didn't commit. And the detective said that he didn't believe he did it. So they asked him, was he mad at his sister? They asked the guy, was he mad at his sister? He said, no, I'm not mad at her at all. That's my sister. She was coerced into this. Her testimony is what convicted him. And they couldn't even turn it around.
Well,
Now he going back to jail for the rest of his life?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
That's a living nightmare right there.
And was he a black man?
You know it. You know it.
I have no words.
Yeah, it was really,
No
really.
words.
My
We
prayers
live
for
in
that.
nightmares in America. A
My
lot of us
prayers
do.
go up for that. That is
Wow.
John, you be safe. I see you driving, but I know you listening.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, that's terrible.
Right on. Okay, prayers for that. For Sharon, thanks for sharing. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
That I hadn't heard that. That just happened, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you said what state was that in?
It was someplace back south. Like I said,
okay.
On the end of it, so I really didn't.
You said that was on 2020, or is that on 60 Minutes, or what?
60 Minutes. 60 Minutes. It was on Channel 5. Yeah. So look it up. Yeah.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Wow.
But the thing about it is he was really, really positive about it. He said, I got the Lord on my side. He said, I'm a child of God. He said, I know God gonna see me through this. He said, I don't want y'all to worry. This is what he was telling his family. Don't cry over me. He said, because that just makes me sadder. You guys be strong for me. Be strong and just keep praying.
The brother's name is Crosley Green.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
Returning to prison years after Florida murder conviction was overturned.
Florida. It would be Florida. Florida almost every time.
Yep.
They're telling black people, the NAACP are telling black people to get out of Florida. I don't know if you've heard about that as well. They're telling people don't go over there even for a vacation. But especially to live.
They're telling you to do that in Mexico. So black people
they say
Mexico,
they say black people get out of Mexico.
Yeah, because I think 2 more people then came up missing.
I know somebody in Mexico right now, and she's feeling like she's living her best life. And I just pray for her because we don't know.
Is she by herself or she with somebody?
She's by herself.
Oh my God!
And she's out there just living her best life. She's not living in America. She comes to America to visit her family, and she's a black woman, and she goes right back out to Mexico, and that's where she lives.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Well, moving right along, interestingly enough, this inquiring minds want to know question has to do with prison. And it goes like this. My woman's kids' father is in prison. My woman's kids' father is in prison. She's She's adamant about sending him money and accepting his calls to talk with the kids. I told her to stop that shit. I am the one paying these bills around here. He did the crime, so he'll have to do the time and see the kids when and if she takes them to visit him. She can pay this high-ass phone bill too. How about writing letters? And why is she putting money on his books in the first place for? Is that her man or am I her man?
Ooh.
So I need
to cool off on this one. Y'all, somebody else take over the wheel on this one.
I need to take a sip real quick.
I think
that one is wow.
I don't think she should be sending him money. However, I do think that that it's okay for her to allow her children to speak to him every now and then, but not enough to run up the telephone bill. I mean, why is she sending him money? That's what I don't get.
What does she know if he's wrongfully convicted? Just like we were just talking about. What if she knows that?
Even if he's wrongfully convicted, why is she still sending him money? I don't get that part. I wouldn't be sending him no money. And I got a man.
Oh, so you have to have somebody else's it would have to be
where his woman at?
What woman?
Exactly.
She probably was his woman until he went to jail.
But she got a new man now. So why is she sending him money?
Man. Because I guess she figured her man should understand that, I left this man, I still love him and care about him, but I left him because there was no hope of him coming home.
Then she should go on and be with him and leave that man alone.
Can we rewind? Something happened where the streaming stopped, and it stopped at Sharon getting ready to say her part. So can we go back to what Sharon's comment was about this first?
I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
She said that that's his woman. She said that is his woman.
Hi.
The other man's woman, and she should stop sending money. That's basically what she said. She should stop sending money to him because that's not her man anymore. If he's got a woman, his woman should be responsible for taking care.
So did she say that the kids should be taken to visit and all that? I mean, as far as accepting the calls and taking the kids to visit, should you do all that?
We didn't even get to that because I was like, that she might have quit him to be with this new guy. Because from my understanding, depending on what state the brother's in, I thought they changed a lot of that phone bill stuff. I thought they lowered that stuff.
You can make calls.
I have a family member that's getting
different. There's different services now for the calls. They even got a service where you can text message back and forth. So
yep, that's true.
It's not, that's not.
They even got tablets where they could talk to you, FaceTime you and stuff. And
some of them are illegal, Donna.
No, I know somebody that's FaceTiming, right? They in a facility.
I know who folks was doing that, but that's not legal. But I'm saying legal wise, you can text. There's a program that you can text. You can do your letters, and you can send funds through.
But they just, I'm telling you, John, they just changed some stuff where you can call, you put so much money down, they could call you anytime they want. And they also gave them tablets to
Yeah,
be
but
able
I know
to
about
make
the tablet.
calls. I know somebody that's doing it as we
it
speak.
depends, but it depends on there. Some facilities don't allow none of that. It depends on where they at, because
Yep.
you being in prison, they can't just let images go out like that. So they do have some who do get to a point where, because they got a phone, and the phone is, they got even got the phones that's built in for the video, but that's different levels. But on the norm, any type of telephone or device is contraband. That's why they sell it for so
Well,
much.
they've changed some things up in. I'm telling you,
I'm telling you from my nephew right now, he's in prison. And he said they do got the things where they can, but they don't just give them tablets and stuff like that all free willy like that. They can, you have to get, it have to be some certain special circumstance, or you at a certain level where they're allowing you to do that. But towards general, they're not doing that for general population.
Well, I know somebody that's doing it right now.
Yeah, but you gotta see.
And it's not illegal. It's not illegal.
No. You mean they're using the prison's device, right?
It's some kind of device where they can call their wife and see her and talk.
I got that, but them are special circumstances, and it's the device through the prison. But for personal devices, it's contraband. They do not allow it. They have device. They do allow for like certain people, like you say, a husband calling a wife, or wife calling a husband, or to certain circumstances, they use a device. They have these phones also that got the video, they got the camera thing on there as well. But you got to get permission from that. You ain't going to Quentin. Put it this way, you ain't going up to San Quentin, and it's just all free willy. People making video calls.
Yeah.
It's all special circumstances.
Well, I don't know. I know that in certain
prisons,
prisons, they have changed some stuff. It's been
that's what he's talking about. He's talking about certain prisons, depending on your level, and what crimes you have. They all, most of them have tablets, because that's the brother Andre Norman, that he does a program that goes straight to the prison, and they're getting videos and information and stuff like that on there. But that's not every prison. It's not every prison.
It may not be every prison, but it's the prison that her spouse is in. That
it's probably not the highest level prison.
Yeah, but you got to look. That's her husband. They allow. When you're married, there's a lot of things that they allow. I mean, you just go back to conjugal visits. When you're married, there's certain things that they allow you, but they're not letting old JoJo come up there and say, "Hey, I want to make a video call to my girl."
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen. JoJo gonna have a reason. It's gonna have to be some other certain special circumstance. But what I'm telling you, if you get caught with a device that does not belong to the prison, and you got a device, a phone or whatever, you're gonna find yourself in trouble.
Yeah, in solitary confinement.
They selling phones for $900,000. They selling with them phone track phones.
Yeah.
For $900, because it's such a high commodity right now in the little tablets. But she said, back to the subject wise, if she left him because he went to prison, if she left him before he went to prison, or whatever, the fact is that they're not.
She's with somebody new.
Oh, you're breaking up, Minister.
He dropped out.
Yeah, he dropped out.
Yeah, but he's right. They maybe she should, but my opinion, man, on that whole situation is do what your heart is. If it's such a situation, she wants to try to look out for dude or whatever, maybe cut it down halfway.
She's doing it for the kids, she say,
Yeah. but cut it down halfway or whatever, or dude just sound like he a little heartless. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably never been in no situation. He
Who,
feel like he's the one.
her new
Yeah,
man? Her
yeah.
new
He
man?
feel like he the one making the money, and she shouldn't do nothing of this nature and be loyal to me and all that. People have situations, and like it ain't like he able to make a whole bunch of money. He making prison wages, which may be pennies or nickels or dollars or whatever, and he wants to be connected to his family. Now, if you trying to pick on somebody that this guy may have a life sentence, or he might have 10, 15 more years, and you don't want him to have a constant, that's a blessing to those kids, especially when you raised up. Because if this man is the way he's talking, is the way he feels towards these kids, he ain't gonna be around that long any damn way. So you need to keep a connection with your father. That helps kids to grow up with a mission in life as opposed to giving up on stuff. Dads are very important. And just because you go to jail don't mean you should lose your contact with your father. That's a big thing the prison system is trying to fix now.
But should she be the one that's making this happen? That's the whole thing. Her new dude is paying the bills, and she is racking up bills doing this. Should it be her responsibility to do this?
Well, she took it upon herself. So, and I'm quite sure she's been doing it ever since dude been
Sharon
here.
said no.
Sharon
said no.
I'm quite sure she's been doing it since dude been there. So
but we don't know
it ain't
that.
like she gonna stop.
No, we don't know that, Ben. Wait, slow
But
your
we
horse.
do know that the fact that, I mean, we can't say how the guy is towards the kids, but if the fact that when you go to prison, the simple fact, like I said, no one's responsible for anything to you. Your books and boxes and all that, that's a privilege. If I'm willing, if I'm able, because look at, it's folks who will go in and you get them stuff, and next thing you know, they're making you a whole list because they feel they obligated to it. They're entitled to it. And that's not how it goes. And if he want to see the kid, he can get a prison job, put something on the thing, and whatever he getting, set up a call thing. He can get on that. It's called, I forgot the name of the thing, JB something. He can get on that and make contact with his kid. But no one is obligated to do anything once you go to prison like that. You got to understand. Then we don't know the thing, but you obviously, so let's just say he wasn't wrongfully charged or whatever. Just say he committed this crime. You got to think you took the initiative or the responsibility. You made the decision to go do what you did, knowing that it comes with consequences, and now you're facing the consequences. And a lot of times when folks go to prison, they want you to go to prison with them. They want you to do all these things. They want you to take care of all this, and you find yourself running crazy trying to make boxes and everything and shipping them out and trying to meet with the prison say, because you get a list in a certain way, you got to send the boxes and everything. And then all of a sudden, oh, you didn't get it.
Well, now you can order online.
Yeah,
they got you can call and order. It's all kinds of ways.
You get a whole. Actually, you can go online. It's a whole sheet. When we did it for the one, you go on there, you pick out everything we want, put it on there, and send it to them. But the whole fact is, you go to pick. Sometimes you go and say, "Well, okay, I'm gonna go. I got a little $50. I'm gonna do this," and they say, "You know, I need this and I need that," and now you into $150, and you create a hardship for yourself sometimes because people think that they're entitled to these certain perks, and you're not.
And then they try and guilt you into it.
Exactly. Exactly. I was talking to you earlier, Donna, about something. I get one thing for them, and now they want me to get all this other stuff. You know, they know I was going to Costco. They, where you at? Where you at now? I'm at oh, can you grab to the no. You know, don't start putting in no orders and all that kind of stuff. You're not gonna put it in, and that's the thing. So if you want to see now, she can take the responsibility to at least to make sure, say, if she decides, well, I'm gonna make sure they call their dad once a month or every other week or whatever. She can do that, but she's not responsible for making sure they call every day and all that kind of stuff. And
Well, her
paying
new
for the
dude is
phone
like,
bill.
well, can't they write letters?
Exactly. Put it on pencil and paper.
And why is she putting money on his books? Should she be doing that?
That's another thing. But like Sharon said, you know, sometimes you get guilty. Sometimes you get guilty. Or if some little story come or whatever, and you don't know, and you do it out of your heart, you know, compassion or whatever, or empathy or whatever, and you start making these moves. But then you got to think, you got to consider your kids, and you got to consider this other person in your life. You can't make decisions, financial decisions like that
Especially
when
if he's
other
paying the
people are
bills.
involved. Pardon
Yeah,
me?
he paying the bills, and then you sending your money to your kid's father. There's
Yeah,
something wrong with that picture.
yeah, I'll have a problem with that. I
So,
sure will.
so it's nothing wrong with this person she's with feeling the way he's feeling.
No.
No,
Well, I had a
no.
conversation this week with Donna as well, and we were talking about a TV show, and we were talking about life after lockup.
Yeah.
And I was
I
explaining
like
to her
that.
No,
that I
love
don't
after
watch that show.
lockup.
I like that
Love
show.
after lockup, whatever. And I was explaining to her that people that are in those midst of those situations have mental mind issues. Their mental mind does not think properly. Anybody that goes in and out of prison, their mind is not proper. And people that deal with them on a regular basis, a lot of times their mind is not in the proper order. They need mental health. They need understanding that certain things that you're doing, you're not supposed to be doing that. That is not what your obligation is. And maybe she's caught up mentally with believing this is her obligation, just like gangbangers believe certain things is their obligations to go out here and die for a block that they don't even own. So, sickness in mind, man, is a problem. And she may be believing, oh, this my kid's dad. I'm doing this for them. And it's like, do you really, like you guys are just saying, do you really need to be doing this? And her mind, from what she may be, her dad might have been a career prison guy. Her mama was doing the same thing. You never know, because people repeat patterns. So she may believe this is what my obligation is to the life, to the people. She may have done time. This is my obligation, because you see a lot of people get out of jail. That's what they believe. Oh man, my partner's still in jail. I need to put something on their books. I need to look out for them. So it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset. So that might be what she believes.
I get that, and it could be that she's just trying to make sure that her kids have some kind of relationship with dad, even with him being gone. She wants that connection to still stay there. I don't know how long he's gonna be away, none of that. But it could be a lot of reasons. And like Ben was saying, we did talk about love and after lockup, stuff like that. And the reasons behind people get into relationships like that, and looking for love and waiting on love. And then love comes and they get out and it's a whole nother situation.
Love comes. Love don't take you through situations.
Some people meet while you're in jail, and they do this online meet thing, and they say they fall in love. I mean, we don't know if it's love or they just need you to help them out with some things until they get out. You just don't know, right?
Right.
But does that mean that it's something wrong with this person for being
no
focused or falling in love with someone who's incarcerated? Because everybody that's incarcerated I don't feel has mental illness.
No.
They've done some things that wasn't right. They're doing the time for it. Doesn't mean that you're mentally disturbed. You just you broke the law.
Yeah, I went to jail and I didn't have no mental issues. I may have nutted up on somebody's head, but I ain't crazy.
You ain't crazy?
Well, I'm not saying that you're crazy though, my brother. All I'm saying is that when you go through certain situations in your life, what you think that is right is wrong, but you believe it to be right because that's what you was raised up believing. It's certain things that people live in situations where they think it's the greatest thing of all time until they get around people that ain't even doing that kind of stuff and they see how they living and they like, man, why am I? It's a lot of kids that come off our community that's playing basketball, playing football, getting into sports. Look at the Aaron Hernandez's and stuff that become gangbanger almost when they get the money. You're like, why are you still living this life? Because it's ingrained in them. They've been doing that for 20, 25 years of their life, and they believe this is the way to take care of stuff. That's something wrong, man. You need somebody to talk to you and coerce you and say, hey, this is not the way you should be living. You should be living like this.
But that can be someone who's in prison or out of prison. It could be people.
That's right.
It could be somebody living right next door to you that goes to a very prestigious job, that has a home, that has a business, whatever. It could be doing some stuff they ain't supposed to.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean that you cuckoo. You just making the wrong decisions and choices, right? And there's consequences. So love after
you're doing the right stuff.
Me and Ben went back and forth because I said I watch it because it helped me to get insight about what people are really doing and feeling and why are they searching in the way that they do, which really they're just humans that's looking for love. And some, for whatever reason, I don't know if they find it safer going after the brothers.
Or they could. I don't know if y'all seen Prison Babe. I remember Jeremy Meeks, that good-looking dude with the hazel eyes.
The one that got the modeling
tattoos. Yeah.
Like maybe it's a situation like that where the dude is just irresistible and charming and good looking, and there's a promise of something when he gets out. We don't really have we only hear from the guy's perspective. And in my opinion, I think the woman are doing a little bit too much with the sending, maybe there should, tone down the sending the money on the books just a little bit, the phone
that
call,
really shouldn't be her responsibility.
Talk to his kids though.
The money, I don't see why that. I'm not gonna say she should.
I'm not saying that
lines
don't
of
send any.
communication.
I'm not saying don't send any money at all, but like I'm just saying dial it back a bit because it's obviously hurting the finances a little bit. And you're
she didn't talk to him
unless he agree that it's okay to send, especially if y'all dealing with the same finances in the house.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, because even if it's me, and I mean, I experienced someone who took money that we saved collectively and took it and put it on somebody's bill.
Yeah.
It damaged our finances. It damaged it.
Did it damage the relationship?
Do you see her next to me?
Oh, that was the reason why it ended?
I'm sorry that happened. That's horrible.
That was a part of it.
Finances
see, the thing people want to say finances is one of the biggest things that break up the relationship. The reason they break up the relationships because folks don't come together and deal with the finances. Instead, it's mine and yours, and then whatever we got, I'll use it the way I want to, and that's the problem. You can't come into a marriage saying, oh, the two become as one, the two flesh become as one. But not only the two flesh, everything you own, everything you possess becomes one. But when you separate it, you make decisions and stuff like that. And especially when other people are involved, like they say, how can you have a plan if you ain't told nobody else about it? Who's in the house?
But when you're outside of a marriage, You're not married. And
No, but we sharing
But
you
if you
put
living
money
together,
together with this person.
We're sharing community stuff. I'm helping take care. He's helping taking care of them kids.
Yeah.
right.
Okay. He's
And he
helping
paying the
take care of them
bills.
kids. He's running a household. So whatever comes in that household, I don't care. Whatever comes in that household, hell, we might dish it out for you to go get your hair done and your nails done. It don't matter. But when it comes into that household, we make the decision on how it goes out. You don't make a decision on your own and how it goes out. When we're doing something as a community, that means you and I, that means when we put it in together, how we discussed how we putting it in together, we discuss how we take it out.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Here's my take on this. Just throwing my 2 cents out there. Now, they're not married though. Is that what I heard? Donna?
Right. They're not married.
They're not married. Okay. But they live together.
Right.
So right now their relationship is in a conflict. The conflict is from an outside source who's locked up, but this lady's had offspring with that individual, right?
Right.
She had the person that's locked up, she has 2 kids with him.
2 kids, right. So the person that may be locked up, he could possibly be playing on her emotions to get her to do what she wants, what he wants her to do. Even though she's not communicating that with her new current boyfriend, whatever. That's causing a rift inside their household. Now, the kids, I don't know their age, so we can only speculate how old they are, but they're not involved in this process, only that they know that they talk to their daddy from time to time. My recommendation would be, 1, make sure they just communicate by either letter or maybe a brief phone call, but not some lengthy and long. 2, she's got to get more communication with her kids and her lover or her husband or boyfriend, whatever his status is. Because if not, she puts trust in him because he's around the kids, he's in the household. She accepted him now as a new dad for these kids. So whatever he says in that household, he's got to go because it's his household.
That's true.
This guy's in prison. He's locked up. So, mind you, he has kids. We ain't trying to take his kids away. We're just trying to limit the communication gap so that he can still have some hope on the outside when he comes out, if he comes out. And the kids need to know who their father is anyway. But as long as they're in the early stages of development, they just be, hey, this is my dad, he's locked up, this, but Jimmy over here is my father, he's taking care of me and my mom, he's doing the best he can, and we don't really want to cause any bad blood between anybody in the household. So she's got to do a better job of balancing our household with her ex-lover who's locked up and her current one that's looking after her and her kids. And that's hard to do from any standpoint of being a mom because she has an open heart and he knows that. That's why he's calling her so much to get her to do things that he wanted her to do then and there. So he's done all that. She's got to be able to really communicate with her new lover, tell him what she would like to do, and then they should really discuss what they should do for the benefit of the kids currently. And when the kids get older, they can develop their own relationship with their dad, either if he gets out or if not. But it's going to be a tough, rocky road because there's still feelings involved with her being mom of his kids, and she sees them being developed by this other man who cares about him as well. So she's kind of stuck in a hard place, but she got to cut some kind of ties or either put some kind of restrictions on the guy she's no longer with. That's history. She got to move on.
Absolutely. She's gonna have to, the ball is
I'm gonna
somewhat
say
in
this
her
to y'all.
court, but she also has to be considerate of her new partner. But
I'm gonna say this to y'all just to put this in the game, just in case. Now, if the brother is a cartel member and she's actually paying extortion money to him to make sure that she's able to keep her boyfriend in her life, dude need to find out that situation because she might be paying money to make sure you still able to breathe. And that's keeping it real. We looking at things one way, but we don't know.
I don't know where Ben went, but he
Ooh,
went
it got dark
somewhere.
real quick. Hold
No,
up.
I'm saying you need to make sure.
Ben came up
Oh,
with that.
no.
You need to
Special
make sure it ain't
investigations
no
unit.
that dude ain't paying. He ain't paying the
That's
money
a
to make sure you
scenario.
Now, how
alive.
is she supposed to make sure?
So Ben, if
Dude need to ask and find out what's going on.
Ben, think about it this way: going on your principle, she wouldn't have a new boyfriend.
Basically.
Because
Basically.
he's paying the bills from prison, and he's got somebody fronting her all the money. So she's not going to do that, Ben.
She'll just be a baby mama in waiting.
She would just be a baby mama, and but where would she get the money from if she ain't got no finances?
But
He
yeah,
might
but
have
you're
told
going
her
to
to go get some
cartel.
food.
Yeah, but anything
She could set up an
related like that.
OnlyFans. Oops.
Look at this way. If it was related like that,
JJ.
this letter wouldn't even come in.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
We wouldn't even be having this discussion.
No, we
If it was
wouldn't.
like that.
They'd have went on and took him out already, huh?
Right.
No, because she wouldn't have nothing to write about because she'd have to be about that life. And it
Right.
ain't that life.
Well, she
would've
ain't
knew
writing.
that.
He writing. He writing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just
he
wouldn't even
he
be
wouldn't be
writing.
there.
He wouldn't even be writing like that's right because he wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be
Oh,
no
they would have
story
went on.
to tell.
They'd have went on and took him out of there, huh?
It wouldn't be no story to tell. It wouldn't be no story to tell. So that's a whole different thing, you know. But here you got it, just looking at what's on paper, saying, "Hey, he with this woman, you know, the calls from the kid's daddy is getting expensive, and she's sending money, putting money on his books." Now that's the basic issue right there. If you pull it out, so you pull out the calls are getting expensive, and on top of that, you're sending money there.
I hate to say it, but that's really a sign of disrespect for the woman with her current man.
Yep, I agree.
It is.
Yep.
It is. I will have a problem. I will have
Yep.
a problem. Now, I ain't gonna have a problem. The kids, look here. If I was paying $25, let me. You pay to that Global Tech, and I forgot the other one, Tech or whatever. Trust me, 'cause I just got a call probably a month ago. You can put on them things. You could prepay on them. You can put a number, and it comes with a PIN. That way, the person who's incarcerated can make the calls with the PIN. There's all kind of ways to do it. But you know what? You don't need to call that much. You know, you got to think about it.
Just enough to stay in tune.
No. The problem is, folks, who get locked up don't take in consideration of your funds. They don't take in consideration. I ain't saying everybody. Let's say some. Some folks get locked up and they think your money. See, this is my thing. You was not getting $120 from me every month when you was out. Now that you in, you want me to send you $120 doing these care packages and all this stuff. Are we serious? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. And these are the things that happen. You got to know. You need to deal with what's going on. Now, if you did it, you did it. Look here. When I commit a crime, look here. I don't know about everybody else, but Your Honor, I'm here to deal with my role. Let's deal with the role I play. You know, everybody else, I can't. Ain't even know by association. Because I don't know what's going through their heads, but I'm telling you what's going through mine. And that's the bottom line.
Well, he's saying that she can pay the high-ass phone bill. He don't want to pay the phone bill, and she can write letters, and she needs to stop putting money on the book. So is he out of pocket for having those demands, being her man and there helping take care of those kids?
No, because this is something you want to do. If I'm your man and you got kids, let me tell you, and we living in a home together, so we're more or less a community, right? So we're a community, and here we are. Now, one thing I'll do, I'll buy them kids some clothes. I'll buy them kids some food. I'll pay for them to go on a little trip with the school. I'll do some little other things for them. Sign them up, pay for them to play sports and all that. But it is not my responsibility to be paying for some high phone bill to call their daddy who is in prison. So whatever money he collecting, he needs to put some money on one of them things and get a pen and call in. Come on, stop playing. She ain't the only phone call. Hello, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought about that. I'm glad you said it.
She ain't the only phone call. He got other ones too, huh?
Well, I don't know that. It could be family. He could be manipulating time. We don't know that. But it ain't always just one phone call.
Yeah, John, it's really going back to that good old philosophy that, hey, if I loan you this $5,000, I might not get it back. Oh, yes, you will. I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. Yeah, I ain't gonna see that money. Same thing with this. She's being manipulated. She don't know how to say, I can't do it no more, because her heart is so open because of the kids, and he's playing on the kids. But she's got this new man that's doing everything for her right now in her household. But if she keep being disrespectful, she gonna not have that man helping her with the household, with her kids, and she gonna be stuck by herself because the other man's locked up.
But you know what though, Cordell? One thing sometimes, that can be that he could be play on the kids, and play on her. But sometimes we tend to play on the kids ourselves. We start to feeling we start going through this emotion that we think our kids are having or that we think they should be having. And we start going through this, so we start making certain moves around that. So she could be making that certain move as well. But it's the bottom line, like he said, hey, you want this phone bill to be like this? You pay with it for it out your little money or whatever. And he is not wrong for saying that.
As long as he's not trying to keep her, from keeping the kids away from the dad.
Evidently, it don't seem like it because he's been paying the bill, but he's tired of paying these high phone bills. Mm-hmm. So therefore, we got to look. There's a history there. So if the history is there, evidently, most likely we could come to a conclusion saying that he's been cool with them talking to their dad, but this is getting ridiculous because now he's probably calling more and more. He's probably calling more and more, knowing that old boy was cool from the beginning. So now he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, our advice to this family is to sit down and talk and get an understanding what he's not going to do and what she's going to have to do, and respect the fact that he's asking her what not to do. I mean, if he's saying you need to write more, you need to stop putting money on the books. Now, another thing, if she's taking her money, she's working, she's taking her money and sending it to him on the books, is she out of pocket for that?
Yeah, but we got to see what is her money.
It's no more her money.
He made a statement. If he made a statement saying you got to stop taking the money, we got to understand what is that money. Is that money, like Ben just said? Is that our money? I mean, we don't know exactly how the funds go, but let's just say on the norm, we living together, the funds is coming to the house. Let's be real. And we dealing with the stuff at the house. We paying the rent. Hell, if we going to go see Stevie Wonder, we using funds that's at the house to go
But
together to go
a
see
lot of
Stevie
couples of
Wonder.
today are not into bringing, they sit down and go over the bills and the budget and they say, well, okay, I'm going to pay on this, or I'm going to give you this amount into our bill fund. And then they keep the rest of their check to do what they want to do with it.
Well, that's not just of today. That's been like that already. It's just that you have folks who deal with finances differently when they come together. And then we do take in consideration. Remember the talk we just talked about, a girlfriend and a boyfriend trying to tell the girlfriend or the boyfriend what to do with the money, you know. But like he said, he ain't telling her don't do it no more. He just saying he don't want to pay that high bill. You know what I'm saying? He's saying
You don't want to be paying that phone bill and all that out of his money.
Out of his pocket. So by telling her to do that like that.
And he don't want to put no money on his books out of his money.
Exactly. Right. He is not obligated to do that either. And I don't care what kind of love we got. He is not obligated to do that. So now, if that was your brother, and your brother is in there, well, that's my brother too. So therefore, we looking out for our brother. But that's just your old dude. So guess what? Your boyfriend from when you was in the 3rd grade, he locked up now. So we should be putting money on his books too?
Well, no, because this is baby daddy, so it's different.
It don't matter. It don't matter about baby daddy. It's about person. See, that's what I just said. We start looking at the children and we start making it now about, well, it's the baby daddy. You know, it's them daddies, them kids, daddy. No, it's about the person. It's the person. That's the person who I used to deal with, I happen to have kids with, and that person then got off into something. And I am not responsible for whatever that person then got off into.
It's like saying, it's just like saying, hey, you and that person was married at one point in time. Y'all got divorced or separated, whatever, don't matter. But you had kids. So follow along with me here. He's living across town and he calls you and say, hey, you know, from me $150 this week, I'll give back to you next week. Next week coming around, you don't see it. But he calls you and said, I need another 150. You give it to him. You do this every week because you don't want to stop because you feel obligated because of the kids. But once again, you guys are divorced. You got no ties to this person. This person don't care about you. You shouldn't really care about this person, but you care about the kids. So that money that you're giving him could be used towards the kids, but it's not. It's going to him, and he don't really care about the kids that way as you do. What do you do? Same principle. The guy's locked up, but you want to make sure he keeps communication. Like John said, write a letter, put it on the commissary, put a stamp on it, send it, you know, whatever. But I ain't paying that $100, $200 phone bill each month. I don't call that much. That ain't my obligation. I'm not responsible for that bill. So next time he calls, nah, we don't accept it. Write a letter, you know. You got to do something to control your household. You want to stay happy, stay happy. Don't let some outside force get you all mixed up.
So they need to talk about it and they need to set some boundaries and they need to work this out. Or are they going to end up, this is going to be history.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because that's showing a good mixture.
Who's gonna sit around and keep waiting while she keeps sending him money?
You know what's crazy? So you quick to send him money, but I'm just wondering. I wonder how quick was he to send money for them kids? I just threw that out there.
How quick is he to do what?
You know, he wants some consistency in receiving money while he locked up and all these other things. So I wonder how was his consistency when it came to them kids when he was out.
Right.
Mm.
You know, quick to receive, but something very slow to give.
It's always
That's
the case.
interesting. Well, I wish them the best. I mean,
I
you
just-
guys
Yeah.
all had some very good feedback. This is just so happened that happened to tie into what we was already talking about regarding convictions, but that's good. But that is a situation that some are dealing with. And when you're by yourself is one thing, but when you have a partner, it's another thing. And it's quite expensive. The needs of someone in prison, incarcerated, is quite expensive sometimes to be, putting out for their demands of, I want this, I need that. I'm calling, and some of them call 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Well, he can get on TikTok and make some money. He can get one of them illegal phones and start dancing and stuff on TikTok.
But he better not get
Some of that
caught.
money back,
They add time onto your, JJ. He can't do all that, baby, because they gonna add time onto his thing doing all that. Okay.
I had to make it. I had to get back goofy because
Yeah.
the subject matter was getting a little bit depressing. I ain't gonna
Okay,
lie.
so moving right along. This girl confessed to having oral sex with her ex after we had a fight. He said,
wow.
my girl confessed to having oral sex with with her ex after we had a fight and a timeout for a week. She says this was not cheating due to no penetration.
Why is this the same question as the last one?
Is this did they do the same thing? Did we talk about this before?
No, but
I
it's
don't remember
similar.
this, but I ain't been here.
No, it was
Well,
similar.
I can't help it. People must be having the same situation,
God,
John.
no. Is it cheating when you separated?
She wanted
Wow.
She says it was no penetration, so
Yeah,
during that
was
time out,
penetration.
she just let them do the oral.
How do you have oral? How do you have oral when there's no penetration? Something penetrating.
You can. I
She
mean,
can
there's
define it any way she wants to.
There's
She can define it any way she wants to. It's just up to you to determine if you're gonna buy it or not. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
She can say, oh, that ain't you right. That's not penetration. But I'm not saying. So I'll see you later.
Definitely being penetrated.
He said that she confessed that she did have the oral.
But were they together?
No, she just went. They had a fight and did a time out for a week as a couple.
She did a time out for a week. She knew what she was about to do.
Sometimes you get into it and you may even say, well, we just need some space.
So what's the question?
You don't call each other for a week or whatever it is. So you be thinking you fair game. We ain't together. And then maybe her ex called or she called her ex and they got together and she let the ex do these things to her. But now she back with dude and she confessed it to him that I need to tell you something. I did this with my ex, but he didn't penetrate me, so that's not cheating.
Oh my God, the jazz. Why would you tell somebody that?
Maybe she wanted to be, it was on her conscience. She wanted to put it out there and be honest.
No, she wanted to turn the knife and let him know.
She shouldn't have never said anything?
I bet you a dude go into her phone for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 weeks, 2 months before then, I bet you she been talking to the dude since then. And that probably wasn't the first time she had contact with him. That's bullcrap. This is a manipulator.
You can't be so accusing, Ben, when that may not.
Oh my God! Stop
that
it,
may
Donna.
not be the case.
Stop it! She just all of a sudden out of nowhere just said, "Oh, we on a break for a week. Let me go hook up with my ex and start sucking on."
Well, that might have been the week that she was feeling kind of frisky. Maybe and they was having a situation that she knew her ex would take care of her in that way.
You got to think every time you kiss her, you probably kissing.
You're kissing the twat.
Yeah.
Or you're kissing somebody else's balls.
Hello, and how you doing?
Somebody got their hand raised.
You know, you got to be careful about that.
Somebody got a raised hand.
Because, you know, you just don't know. And then for you to be, and then when they got back together, she probably was slurping and kissing and hugging all on him. And then to tell him, but she didn't do it to the dude. She didn't do it to the ex. The ex did her.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking she gave a blowjob. Okay.
No, she let him do the gurgling and the gooey juice.
Now you believe that for real?
Yeah, that could happen.
You believe that?
I mean, I don't believe it, but
She's been gone for a whole week.
I don't believe it, but I'm gonna go with that.
She just let him eat a little bit.
One week is really short. It's not much. It ain't that much time for them. I don't even know. I mean, 1 week, I don't even know why she even went there. But she probably thought they had broke up. I don't know. But it takes a lot longer than a week after a breakup before you rebound with somebody. I mean, as far as me, women, I don't know about men, what y'all do. Y'all probably, you know.
You can't do that no more, Donna. That doesn't
do
play.
Your thing. But women,
women have masculine energy now. They do the same thing that men do. It's no different.
Women doing what?
Women chase men down. Women have sex with men women have sex with men just like men do. It's no different anymore.
Yep, Joe got a song about it. What if a woman was just like us?
What if a woman?
Yeah, what if a woman? So you know
that's real nowadays.
Yeah, I know Joe. Joe tells it like it is, and that's all.
You know,
I know my music now.
But
people ain't playing.
There are some women. There are some women that.
Sharon had to leave.
All right, sister.
Bye, Sharon. Sorry,
Bye,
we got
Sharon.
a little frisky. You know how we do. We got to throw one in there for the, we got to do that, girl. But thanks for coming, Sharon. Yeah. So people, I mean, you break up and you call the ex or the ex call you. You get to talk and you get together. You think it's over with who you was with. But you end up going back to that person. And some people just feel like, they just need to, just in case that ex blackmails them and come out and the story comes out in the wash 2 months later, they want to just be upfront and let you know. Baby, I love you. I want to make this work, this go round, but I need to tell you something. Because I don't want this to come out and slap you upside your head next month. Because the ex get mad at me because I don't go back over there and give them some more. I want you to know what happened. Because people can blackmail you. You know that, right?
They can't blackmail you if you ain't put yourself in that position.
Right.
Can't be blackmailed if you didn't do it.
But she's asking. I mean, he's asking. He's saying that.
Did he stay?
She's saying that it's not, she didn't cheat. I did not cheat. Because I was not penetrated.
She cheated. Why are we having this discussion?
Amazing.
Remember,
I don't know. What is he trying to do?
I think Ben said.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It on the last thing, when the person, remember we was talking about if they're married or when they were separated, and it was the one did something. It was not too long ago, and it's like, what is the whole point? You still with the person, just because y'all decided to. I'm with the person, but we come to agreement that we're gonna separate for a week or whatever. You still with the person.
They're not married though. They decided to give each other some space. They said, this ain't, look, we need to chill. When you say you need to chill, you ain't still together.
You need to chill, mean to go sleep with folks or get your mind together.
Hold on, wait, what did they actually say? Now, is it saying, hey, we got into a fight and we separated for a little while, or something, because evidently they didn't got
It
them
says
together.
my
She
girl
didn't confess.
confessed to having oral sex with her ex after we had a fight and a time out for a week.
For a week. So that's a time right there.
Well, I don't know if they said a week or it just happened to
He
be a
just
week.
didn't go by what he said. He said after we had a timeout. Now he said a timeout. He didn't say that we broke up. He said a timeout.
Well, what's a timeout? If my dude come to me and say I want a timeout for a week, shit, I'm not gonna think we still together.
Okay, come on.
First
Okay.
off, I'm gonna be like, you
You
doing too much. What you mean
Wait, hold
time
on.
out? We ain't
First,
in
you gotta
elementary
understand
school.
they had a fight. So they both was probably. You just said if your dude just come up to you. That's not what they saying. They're saying they had a fight. So evidently they both might have came into agreement and say, "Hey, look, we need a timeout for a few days or whatever." We don't know. We just know that he said after we took a timeout for a week. But just to think that it's just been a week, we together, you leave home or whoever leave home for a week and you already, come on, and then you come on back? So you already
A
had
week is a
intention.
short amount of time. You should have been able to, emotionally, you should be still trying to get your head right. I don't see
back.
Why.
She did get her head right.
They say I met her down in Tulane. You know she got.
Well, maybe that helped her get her head right, or maybe her ex is somebody that she could talk to, and she went on and talked to him.
Oh, Lord.
And it just led to one thing after another.
Sound like excuse to me.
But anyway, had to throw that one more for the go, and then we gonna go because we got to go in a minute, y'all.
Give us something upbeat, Donna. Dan, it's been a rough show. We ain't had no chuckles, nothing.
The show ain't never rough. It just depends on how you lock on.
I've been cracking up. I've been cracking up over here.
It's been a rough one though. Prison.
We talking about
prison,
rough.
cheating on everybody. It's something good. Give us something smooth.
Now check this out.
Something freaky. You ain't had a freaky one in a while.
I just gave y'all a freaky one.
Nah, I mean a freak. You used to talk about, yeah.
What you want to talk about? You want to talk about she don't have no teeth?
What's that all about?
She missing teeth?
And what?
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing or a bad thing when a woman is missing her about 4 teeth in the front?
Ooh, what's she been doing? Just not taking care of her oral hygiene? Or is that a dope
I mean, are men turned on to toothless women when it comes to certain things?
Could be. No. I mean, if you could look past the teeth.
Garrett said, heck no. You want her to have some teeth? Now,
I ain't never been attracted to nobody with no teeth.
No, some people say when she's missing a lot of these, right in here,
right,
that it's a different kind of situation when
you're
down with her.
You can fit something in there.
What you say, JJ?
You can fit something in there real nice.
Yeah, you can. You got better in and out access.
Does that make them saliva have better saliva?
Yep.
No, but sometimes
all of that.
If her teeth is missing, sometimes they jaws.
Okay.
They go in. And that may be, some men may like that.
Do I gotta go hang out? I could just, is that one of them dark at night relationships, or we gotta go and hang out with each other?
No, some women just don't have no teeth.
But when
you out scouting
accident or something, can't afford dental coverage, anything could happen.
Yeah, when you out scouting, you just gotta look for the tooth.
You got dental coverage. We're gonna get you some dentures, sister. Sure, we gonna get you a little dentures. You pull that out when the
So
time
it's not, I
comes.
mean, it's not a thing that men are attracted to as far as in the bedroom or anything. It's not a good thing for her to be toothless, right? It don't matter, right?
I can't speak for the men that do like it or don't like it. I don't know. Like,
Go ahead and put something in there, sister.
So that
please.
means most of y'all, the men on here right now, Sharon left, so I can't ask. But the most of y'all, it ain't about you don't trip on teeth.
If you got a good personality and everything, and we
I
click,
can get you
and
some
just
teeth,
listen to
sister.
me, and we get down, if we get down to it, if I'm interested in doing something like that, hey,
That's right.
You know,
I ain't gotta be fighting with you. That's all right. If you the right person, hell, you might get into a car accident tomorrow and lose half your teeth in the front. We still gotta get you fixed.
Right. So in the meantime, while you waiting to get your teeth fixed, let me put something up in there real quick. You know, I don't know.
So while she waiting to go to the dentist, you want to put something up in there.
It might help with the healing of the gums.
I must say, you men sometimes say the darndest things, you know, that us women just take offense to, though. You guys
always take offense to it. That's
y'all
the part
always
of
want to
life.
talk about putting something
people
up in
want
there.
that light people want that nice
Why
release,
y'all always
want
to put something
like
up in there? That's what I want to know.
Because that's where you put it. Where else you supposed to put it?
Tony, it feels good.
There you go.
It feels good.
But
That's
you know,
right.
I must say, I heard this lady say one time that she's never done that. And you know, and she has somebody she's been with for a long time, but she's never done that to him. And I couldn't believe that, because I thought the average man has experienced that and like that, right? But she was saying no, she just don't do that. She let it be known and this and that. Do y'all think that a man goes out and cheat and get that done somewhere else or something? Because I can't imagine him accepting the fact that he's with somebody for so long that will not.
If you never had it, what's the problem? If you never had it,
we never said he had never had it. She doesn't. But I'm just
saying, if she hasn't done that and he's comfortable, is a whole lot of other stuff around your life other than getting the satisfaction.
So you think he would
be get your satisfaction just getting it in there?
Okay, I'm telling you, all your years before you got with this particular woman, you were used to, I hate to be, what do we want to use the term? Getting head. Okay, just put it out there. You were used to getting head. That was part of your mojo, right? And then all of a sudden you get with this particular woman that you love, and she got all these other wonderful qualities, but she just absolutely is against that. That's not a goal.
I had that situation happen to me.
So
I actually had two
I guess you're not with that person anymore. You're not with that person. Huh?
It wasn't because of that. It was because of other situations, but I was comfortable with that. It was okay.
So when she said no, I don't, you was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go without it.
No, I gave it a scout's try. Of course I did. And they was like, no, I don't, that's not what I like. And I was like, well, it's obvious that ain't what you like. So I just kept it moving. I didn't keep trying to push that on them.
Yeah.
You know, but they like giving though.
But
they didn't like the receiving, but they like the giving.
If this is something that you like and you've always had, but you get with this one person that says no, that's a no-go, dude.
That wasn't it. That wasn't
a deal. Could you live with
breaker.
that, or would you deal with that person just every now and again, go up and down East 14th Street and just pick you up one?
Oh, why we gotta go there? Why
would you have to do that?
East 14th? Dang.
But why would you have to do that? Why can't you just enjoy what it's not like they're keeping you from getting what you need?
Why we reduced to East 14th?
I'm just saying.
We gotta go pay for somebody. We can pay for somebody. It's other places to pay for people nowadays. Down if you didn't know.
Well, where? Well, Cordell, you ain't saying nothing.
You just
know
said
some hot
OnlyFans.
spots?
Did somebody say something about OnlyFans?
I did, but I was suggesting that the woman with the prison situation start an OnlyFans so she could pay.
Yeah,
for
she can make some money.
Yeah.
But you can't go there. It's a lot of places you can go. Yeah, you can go to regular Instagram. It's people that's soliciting you on there.
Yep.
On Facebook.
Instagram.
They just want to be.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Plenty of
Facebook,
fish,
Instagram,
all of
TikTok.
those dating sites, all them dating apps. Yep, you sure can.
Plenty of fish.
Instagram.
Tinder. Shoot, all you gotta do is Tinder.
Hey, you can hit somebody
Facebook
on
Messenger.
Yep.
You can hit somebody on Facebook. Yep.
Ain't nobody in your messenger talking about
You don't know what's in my DMs.
They're not saying it like that, but they're saying it.
It goes down to my DMs for sure.
Yeah. I bet it do. Hot
Really?
Mr. Hot Pan.
Really?
Man, should I say this, JJ doggone it? It was just after the show last week. I'm looking at Facebook. I'm like, damn, is there somebody on Facebook Live? And I look at JJ playing this game with no shirt on. I said,
Yep.
Advertising.
JJ be on there doing the food. For all y'all that don't know that's viewing right now, look at his Facebook Live. And I ain't gonna lie. He ain't got no shame to his game about nothing. If he want his shirt off, he's gonna take it off. If he want to wiggle and give you a dance, he gonna wiggle and give you a dance. If you want to cuss somebody out and want you to hear about it, he gonna cuss them out and let you hear it.
That's what I'm talking about. So
he ain't playing with them little things. I be like, oh my God, look at JJ. But anyway, back to the last little topic of the night. I'm just saying, I just figured, because I've had a couple of people that has talked to me about that, and they said that that they were in situations where the person just would not go there, and they love that, and they say, you know what, they let them know, well, if you ain't gonna do it, somebody else will.
And what if they say, because I listened to this podcast now, it's called Hard or Soft Podcast.
Hard or Soft.
Write that down. Hard or Soft Podcast. Mm-hmm. And them brothers on there, they do what they call them, pleasure. Is it called a pleasure party?
Pleasure party.
Is that what they call? Where they have a party where it's almost like an orgy. Where they have different rooms and the people come and they sign up, nobody use their phone. Yeah. And so they live that lifestyle where they comfortable bringing other people to the table, and I'm listening to them and what they're talking about, and people are becoming more comfortable with their sexuality and what they're doing. So some people may be comfortable with you saying, this is not what I do, but I understand that's what you like. So if you find a partner that we both can enjoy together, that's okay. They can do it for you.
Yep.
Hey, that's the world we live in.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, that exists. That does exist.
I say get you a good partner where you guys are compatible and y'all down for one another, and just enjoy each other. Just enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? Be creative. Stir your pot, boil your pot, whatever you're going to do, but enjoy one another. Because all this stuff they got going on out here is scary. Okay? Scary.
You nervous?
Couples coming up to you, inviting you in their bedroom and all that kind of stuff. I know, because I've been invited. So it's like people just don't. I mean, it's like
you've been invited. How many times they've invited you? I know more than one time. Huh? What'd you say?
They've invited me. I thank you very much.
You said quite a few?
I'm not into that one, but they have invited me. I've had quite a few. I've had some couples.
Have you been to the pleasure parties?
Yeah.
Huh?
Have you ever went to a party where they was, doing their thing at the party?
Yeah. I went to a club and they was doing their thing in the club. In San Francisco.
Sounds like fun.
in San Francisco.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I
That
didn't
sound
know
like a
what
lot
I
of
was
fun,
walking
JJ.
into,
Yeah, it do.
but when I got up in there, I'm like, oh, whoa. When I saw the condom dispensary right there, I should have knew then. Okay. So folks is like, they doing their thing, and you just, my hat's off. I'm not mad at you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you're doing. If you want,
Either that or work at it with your partner. You might get them to change their mind after a while.
If you got with your partner and they wasn't into doing that, I'm quite sure that's just how it is.
They
Now,
might change their mind.
Some people seek out partners before they get involved seriously to make sure that they're going to be open like that. If you
might not want a partner for that. You might.
If you're kind of reserved about it, they're not going to get serious with you because they know that they like to do risque stuff. So you got to be a part of wanting to do the risque stuff too, or they're going to be out there doing it without you.
Yeah. They may not. They may be okay.
Oh, shoot. But anyway, just thought I'd throw some spice in there. We have got to end the show, you
That's
guys.
It.
And I'm going to make sure.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to make sure next week you join us because we're going to have some hot and spicy stuff. Because Ben said that he wants it to be a little more sizzly because it's been a minute. So I may be a little bad girl next week, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So if you like bad topics and bad girlish, I know they probably they ain't gonna want to play the video that many times, but that's okay. We gonna have some fun next week. So when
we have fun this week, I had fun.
Oh, and I wanted to say before we go, I wanted to say, you guys, John Timothy Mims' birthday is Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
He'll be here, but we want to say happy birthday to him. Make sure that him turning 21 is going to be the business, okay?
Did you say 21?
No, 21. No.
John ain't turning no damn 20. John a real one. He tell you what it is.
But he may be turning 31. But I just wanted to say happy birthday to him in advance.
Thank you.
Yeah, on Wednesday.
And you guys can hit him up. Make sure you reach out.
Yeah, I got it on my calendar.
Happy birthday. Mark your calendars and things of that nature. Thank everyone for joining in today. Thank everyone for watching. Tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. This is what we do every Sunday. And look for me during the week because I've been working them shorts. Let me tell y'all. I've been
watching your shorts. You have to check.
They watching the shorts more than they watching the longs. I'm like, well, let me put down the long johns a little bit and do these shorts. I'll be having some fun on them little shorts too. Y'all check me out. Okay. See ya next Sunday, whatever date that is. Okay.